Greetings, I'm Paul Friedman, founder of the Marriage Foundation. Welcome to our channel or back to our channel. The topic today is counseling failed my marriage. What should I do? Hi, I'm Paul Friedman, founder of the Marriage Foundation, and this topic is counseling failed my marriage. What should I do? I have to tell you, I'm quite the expert in this because in 2001, until 2001, I was a divorce mediator. So I can't even tell you how many clients I had who were sent to me by marriage counselors who failed and failed. And as it turns out, and I learned this over the years as I dove deeper into it, marriage counseling pretty much fails all the time. And I'm going to go into the reasons why a little bit, but mostly I want to tell you what you can do now that you're at this juncture, and it's a painful juncture. So if you don't mind, subscribe to the channel, like the video, and there's a number of reasons. Primarily, the number one reason is because marriage counseling is based in Western psychology. I have nothing against Western psychologists. These were all my friends, and I've trained many in my teachings for marriage counseling. But Western psychology is all about digging and probing what's wrong, what do I need to fix, what do I need to heal. And this is the wrong approach when your marriage is in trouble, right? What happened, and I'll tell you what the number one, I've identified 4 killers of marriage. The number one killer, and I'm expressing this one to you just so you know I know what I'm talking about, and you've never heard this anywhere else. The number one killer of marriage that was there for every couple who I helped divorce is over-familiarity. Now, how do I know that it's there for everyone? Because when they were sitting with me and I was writing on my whiteboard about the assets and the children, they treated each other terribly, like siblings who shared a room and were so used to each other that they could care less if they hurt each other's feelings. Well, think about that now. Isn't that the opposite of what you want to do when your marriage is in trouble? Is to fuel the fire, to pick on each other, to point out each other's flaws, to tell each other what they're doing to me, what you're doing wrong, and I want you to change. That doesn't help. And I realize this. I'm not going to get into the whole story. But I realized this, and so I structured teachings around converting marriages from this downward cycle. In fact, my second book is called Breaking the Cycle, from the downward cycle that we find ourselves in to creating a new cycle of positives and bringing our marriage back to where it's supposed to go, which is happiness, love, of course, and harmony. Now, it may sound simplistic, but love is simplistic. Love is the universal, only truth in all of the universe when it comes right down to it. Many people say God is love, love is God. Hard to argue. And your marriage is supposed to reflect that depth of love. Not the emotional kind of love that's up in the mind, which if you look up love, if you Google it, you're going to find it's increased like. That's not what love is. Love comes from here. It's very deep. And when we're in tune with that, and when we're infusing our marriage with that, and I call marriage the sacred space of marriage. And when you're infusing that, regardless of how your partner is behaving or misbehaving, when you're focused on your own efforts to recreate your marriage, then you can look back at the marriage counseling as, okay, now I know what the wrong way to save a marriage is. And this Paul Friedman dude, he's got the right way to save a marriage, and I'm going to follow his stuff. And if you go to our website and look at the reviews, you'll see a lot of people have been more than pleased with the results. We've saved thousands of marriages in the 25 years we've been doing this. Why? Because you have to have an understanding of marriage. So don't give up. Don't think of the marriage counseling as, well, that was my last straw. Well, that was my last straw. In fact, it wasn't, or you wouldn't be searching now. And I really pray for your marriage. I know from experience that you can turn your marriage into the Eden that it is meant to be. So, I'm Paul Friedman. I founded the Marriage Foundation. I'm very glad you stopped by. God bless you and take care. Thank you.